NBC5 medical expert Dr. Robin Miller joining us now for this week's Focus on Health.
Thanks so much for being here, Dr. Miller.
Thanks for having me.
Let's get to our first question.
All right, question number 1. Is there a protein in wheat that causes inflammation?
Yes. Researchers in Austria have found proteins in wheat called amylase trypsin inhibitors that may lead to inflammation in lymph nodes, kidneys, the spleen, and the brain. These proteins make up only a small amount of wheat proteins. However, the immune response that they induce has significant impact. It's suggested that they make rheumatoid arthritis, MS, asthma, and lupus, as well as inflammatory bowel disease, worse.
So what do you suggest for those with inflammation or who have inflammatory diseases?
They should stay away from gluten and wheat and see what happens.
May
But I
see
think
those.
their disease will get better.
Wow.
And,
Okay.
you know, a lot of people have thought that this is all in people's heads, but it's not. It's in,
So,
it's in their guts.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Our second question, does working long hours and having poor work-life balance impact long-term health?
Yes, you guys who work long hours. Long working hours are associated with a higher risk of anxiety and depression. A 5-year study has found that the risk of developing depression is 1.66 times higher in employees working more than 55 hours a week. The risk of anxiety is 1.74 times higher. In older age, a survey of over 1,500 businessmen found those who worked long hours with reduced sleep had lower physical functioning, vitality, and general health than those who had normal work and a normal sleep pattern.
Sure, yeah, who has time to work out? Okay, so what about those who were overworked but slept normally?
They still had problems.
Maybe less.
So-
Find that life balance. is what
No,
you're
it's about the same.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, it's really important that you find balance in your life.
Okay.
Okay. Good to
Vacation. It's important.
saying. Yeah,
That's
use
right.
it, right? That's
Or
what they say.
flexible
Yeah.
hours. That's the other thing that they recommend.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so our last question, are there any new potential treatments for asthma?
Yes, you may not like it. Researchers have found there's a protein from hookworms that suppress inflammation of the airways in mice with asthma.
Oh my.
I know. The protein alters the inflammatory properties of the inflammatory cells that help fight viruses and help the body deal with allergens. The protein, so yeah, it's pretty interesting.
Okay, has it helped with other inflammatory diseases?
It has inflammatory bowel disease.
Oh my.
It's turned pro-inflammatory proteins into anti-inflammatory proteins.
Okay, hookworms.
Interesting.
Now, they'll probably find the compound so you won't have to have a hookworm implanted.
Right,
Yeah.
that might be important.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Those are really ugly. Have you ever seen them?
Yeah,
yes.
just did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and we're moving on. All right,
pretty
we want to let
gross.
you know that you can send your questions to Dr. Robin Miller, hopefully not one about hookworms, at the address on your screen, or better yet, email them in, drmiller@klbi5.com. Look for the answers to your questions right here next Tuesday night.
Dr. Miller, thanks so much. Always a pleasure, even if there's reporters involved.
You can still come back.
NBC5 meteorologist Adam Colfax up next with your weather.
But first, take a look at what's coming up tonight in primetime.